This is the jewelry tier list for Oldschool Runescape. Now, disclaimer, this tier list was made before, I believe, Next was even in the game, so it might not be the most up-to-date list, but that just means we can do another up-to-date list in the near future. Anon made it. He took time out of his day to make these tier lists, and I am going through them now. Unfortunately, I'm a bit slow with them, but he's updating them as we go through. So today we have the jewelry tier list, and as always, with every tier list upload, it's my opinion, professional and incredibly accurate opinion that is better than yours. So don't go to the comment section complaining how, oh, no, there's no way Missouri can be B and Carol's is S. You don't know what you're talking about. My tier lists are always accurate. The way I'm going to rate these amulets, which are it's all combat related jewelry, the way I'll be rating them is based on my own opinion that I make up as I go along. So if there's inconsistencies in the tier list, good, that's how it's meant to be. Starting off with the gnome amulet. Pretty useless amulet straight off the bat. You get it from, I believe, the Tree Gnome Village, I believe. The Tree Gnome Village quest, when you do the orbs and you fight that guy around the corner where some people tend to lose their hardcore statuses for some reason. I know someone who lost all 5 of his group Ironman lives there because he's a terrible player. It was very enjoyable to witness. This is a pretty shit amulet because straight out the box you pretty much don't wear it. You might wear it for about 20 total levels, but you're not really far off getting your first amulet of power, amulet of strength. Especially if you're not a hardcore man, you can even just go straight for the glory through clue scrolls. So this amulet is pretty much dead content on release, F tier. There's almost no need to ever use it, especially since if you do Waterfall Quest, I could be wrong in saying this, but I think the necklace you get from Waterfall Quest is almost the same. No, it's not. Ignore that fact. Don't worry, that's not a fact. Is Lightbearer there? No, this is before Tier A came out, so there's going to be an updated jewelry tier list in the future. So this is just pre-Next for now, because I was too slow to put the content out. My bad. But next we have the Brimstone Ring. Although we're still going to rate these as if you were playing TOA today, and the Lightbearer does obviously hold a very strong purpose over these rings, but the Brimstone Ring is actually an A tier ring. The reason it's A tier is because it's tradable, which means you don't have to build it yourself, which means you can buy it, which means you can use it, because by the time you build one of these, it does become more useless, but it's really strong in normal chambers as Eric because it ignores Olm's magic defense on his hand, as well as just various other bits of content. Like it would be good at the Phantom Muspar, even though you'd wear other rings anyway. But anywhere you're using mage, this is not a bad argument to take this ring, especially if you're tri-breeding. It's cheap, and if you get one, you can also make some money putting it back on the market. What is this? And why is it here? This is a jewel, mostly related combat related jewelry before Next. What's up, Samantha? I don't know what this ring is. Good ring? Gold band? Beacon ring? Beacon ring? It's not gold ring. Beacon ring. What the hell is a beacon ring? What lies below? Obtained from Zaf and used to summon him during the quest. Why would you wear this? It's a free alternative to the Sears ring. It's a free alternative to Sears ring. It has +2 magic. This is dog shit. This is incredibly F tier. Yes. F tier, and I'm gonna keep it behind me as much as possible so we forget it exists as well. That's a terrible ring. Why the hell would you use that? Absolutely in the bin, yes. Anguish. Now, with the best in slot tier list that we did last week, there's a lot of controversy about my placement of the Anguish being D tier. I stand by that statement in best in slot comparisons, but in jewelry comparison, I put Anguish in CB. I think Anguish is, in terms of jewelry, let me check something real quick. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Very important. B tier. B tier because there's no negative stats. The prayer bonus is shit. But to be honest, it's from Ironman terms, it's a very high requirement to be able to get the Anguish, which it should be anyway. It's losing value. The value fluctuates a lot depending on what content's coming out and content creator opinion. It's got nothing to do with bots as much as people wish to believe that it does. But it is heavily outclassed by specific other neck jewelry. So in terms of practicality, should I say, so people don't get shitty at me for saying that. Anguish, B tier ring. B tier jewelry. Then you got the Suffering. When imbued and with recoil charges, becomes a pretty S tier ring. It's pretty much incredible tanking potential. You have a lot of prey potential with it, and recoils at an incredible amount of DPS within certain content that isn't often calculated. That people really should take into consideration, especially where consistent chip damage especially is taken. The Suffering really does add a lot of value, a lot like adding thralls to your damage. The Suffering does the same thing and often does out DPS the Berserker ring if you're not using a Scythe in places like Theatre of Blood, especially during Verzik. The amount of damage you take from Verzik is definitely something to consider using with recoil. It also pretty much makes Zoro brain dead. And it's a great ring all around. In my opinion, the best Zenite jewelry piece in the game. Why is Punisher back? Why did I get timed out? You're banned. Go away. Okay? You're just being racist. Alright. Ring of Stamina. Endurance ring. I don't actually understand this ring completely, and I've never used it myself, so I can't fully get behind the ring, but I do want to just get a brief, quick understanding. You need 70 agility. I know it's really hard to get. They're 32 mil at the moment. Costs 2 mil to fully charge. And the first, when it consumes the Proto, Stamina Potion will give you 40% run energy instead of 20. And you'll have twice as long in 4 minutes. Oh god, okay. Effect is immediately halved if the ring is unequipped. In addition to the ring, it has 500 charges more. It reduces run energy drain rate by 15%. So you want to keep it at least 500 charges. Okay, damn, that's a good ring. Alright. Use them for Herbie. Use them for Herbie, really? I didn't think Herbie was that bad, but I guess... Sure, I mean, that sounds pretty A tier to me. In my opinion. That's really good. That is incredibly good. For sure, I like that. But I don't think it's S tier because it also does feel very niche and it's not really too heavy in the combat section. There's 0 stats in it at all. But I like that if you take the ring off, you lose the buff immediately. And, I mean, 4 minutes of stamina is excellent. I think that's good. That's awesome. Looks passive. Look at the passive. That is the passive, isn't it? It passively reduces run energy drain rate by 15% without using any charges. The passive effect does not stack with stamina potion effect. That's the passive, right? Imbued ring or just regular jewelry. This is kind of just everything at the moment. Granite ring is OP. Yeah? Where? How is the granite ring overpowered? Let's have a look. Because I'm pretty sure it's not, but I'm gonna take your word for it because it's gonna be embarrassing for you if it's not. The granite ring gives nothing. When you imbue it, it continues to give nothing. So it's E tier. There's a reason it's E tier because it's got some defense, range defense. So if you had the chance, you would wear it. You would wear it just to look like an idiot. I'd imagine it'd be pretty good for... That's an F tier ring. Why would you wear that? I just realized it's also negative mage defense. Hold on, that's crap. That's terrible. Why would you wear that ring anywhere? It'd be good to pick up some... It would be good to pick up some dog shit. It's 18k. That's the most disappointing drop for 1 in 500 for Grotesque Guardians. That is a terrible ring. That died on sight, dude. Put my ring at S tier. I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck your ring is. That's what I meant to say. Also, who are you? Doubles its stats when imbued, which means it goes to -4. Yeah, it gets even worse, right? That's not even how doubling works. It should go to 0, right? Technically. Or -1. This is the Wilderness ring. I believe the Treacherous ring. Regardless, it's F tier. All the wildy rings are shit. Well, except for the Ring of the Gods. But these rings are shit. Because they're just... Who the fuck uses these? Has anyone here used these unironically in combat because it was a good idea? For any reason other than it's the only ring I've got. This is all F tier. These are terrible rings that have almost no purpose in this game. It's not worth our time looking at them. Ring of the Gods is an S tier ring. It provides excellent survivability. the tiniest bit of defense bonus, it doesn't matter. A massive prayer bonus of +8. It is currently 4 mil thanks to bots, which is really good because it used to be worth like 12 not long ago. So it's dirt cheap at the moment. I recommend buying one. And it also has the Holy Wrench effect when imbued. So you kind of want to jump on top of the Ring of the Gods and grab that now as soon as you can. Total removal of all poles. Excuse me. What's that mean? Now think about all the content creators advocating for the total removal of all poles. What's that got to do with rings? Use stat bonus at KBD. With a ring, why not just use a fang? Then you won't miss. Stab 1's better than Berserker Ring for Corp, but you just use a Light Bearer. I love Wealth, it's slept on. I'm lazy as fuck. I don't like the Ring of Wealth personally, but it's not on the list. Warrior's Ring is a pretty E-tier ring. The only reason I think it's E-tier is because I did once in a day use it. Once back in the day. It was definitely one of the rings of all time. I used the Warrior's Ring, so I'm going to be biased and say it's E-tier because I used it, which means it's not completely useless. Seer's Ring, until Desert Treasure 2 comes out, this remains to be an F-tier ring with no use. It has no damage bonus, and in terms of accuracy, to be honest with you, Mage is so fucking inaccurate that it's not going to make a difference. If you're using a Shadow, that's great, but why would you use it when you're at the point of using a Shadow? There's a million other rings that will benefit you better. The Seer's Ring, until Desert Treasure 2 rings come out, is currently F tier. And I want to make that clear because I know someone's going to watch this tier list after Desert Treasure 2 comes out and they're going to be like, oh, why is the Seer's Ring F tier? Because you've done it on other tier lists I've got. Like 12 months later, people are wondering why the Dragon Hunter Lance is in S tier. And I'm like, it's a year. Like, did you not check the dates on the videos you're watching? Seer's Ring, F tier. Combat Bracelet. Why the hell would you wear a combat bracelet? What is a combat bracelet? What? Isn't it just for teleports? I didn't know it had stats. It's similar to Mithril Gloves. But the bracelet has +1 attack bonuses and -1 defense bonuses, except for magic. I think this is probably a pretty D tier piece of jewelry. Now, the reason it's not any lower than D is because there is a use for Pures, Berserkers, as cringe as those accounts are. I don't see this being useful for anyone once they start doing Recipe for Disaster, because you can get past Mithril Gloves very quickly, right? I think it's... Am I correct in saying that Mithril Gloves is the best a Pure can do? Pures can't go over Mithril Gloves. So you might want to take this instead to the Wilderness over Mithril Gloves because you get a tiny bit more accuracy. But for the most part, as soon as you finish, like, Recipe for Disaster, like four quests or whatever, it's in the bin. It's useless. Combat good for olds and gold farmers. Right, but no, because I don't think olds or gold farmers are very good. I think they're very cringe, and that's why they go D tier as well. The only thing I like about this is that it's got teleports you can put in your player own house, which I don't even think I use these teleports, to be honest. What do you got? Warriors Guild, Champions Guild, Edgeville Monastery. Edgeville one's good. Edgeville's a good teleport. The Monastery. That's about it. The Warriors Guild and the Champions Guild teleports are useless because you have a Chronicle and a Games necklace. Ranging Guild teleport. I can't imagine ever using that except for maybe a clue scroll. That's it. So it's got one teleport, but that's enough. That's enough for me to think, you know what? It's better than the whatever this beacon is behind me. This ring here, because this is a joke. This ring. God damn. Amulet of Strength. One of the highest strength bonus neck pieces in the game. I don't know the facts. I need to get these facts because I get criticized a lot in my comments. So, actually, you got this wrong. Amulet of Strength, I believe, has the same strength bonus as... No, it's got a higher strength bonus than anything. Along with the Amulet of Torture. No, it's the same strength bonus as the Torture. Okay, yeah, good. I wanted to make sure I got that right. It's the same strength bonus as the Torture with 0 accuracy and 0 defensive stats. Amulet of Strength is a D tier neck piece. Okay. Amulet of Strength gives 10 strength and that is it. It's not C. No, C would make it useful. Amulet of Strength is shit because for the exact same requirements, which is absolutely nothing to wear it, you can get Amulet of Power, which is better because it is, I believe, let me get the facts right again. So I have it on paper in front of me. The Amulet of Power gives accuracy, gives prayer. It's 4 less strength, but it's 4 less strength, sorry, but it's +6 to the attack, to the defense, and +1 prayer, which makes it C tier, and overall, in every single case, a better neck piece. Oh no, what about my +1 max hit? Doesn't matter, because, fun fact, when you're playing the game in the era before you get yourself a glory, you're going to need like 8, 9 strength bonus to get 1 max hit when you're using things like a dragon skimmy. So, we don't need to worry about the strength bonus from between these two. The power is better, the power looks better, it's diamond, it looks cooler, it makes you feel like you progress further in the game. Strength amulets are copium. Best in slot free-to-play plebs? I believe power is best in slot because it's free-to-play as well. What if the monster has 0 defense? It doesn't really matter, does it? Just hit 200 clues, easy on the hardcore. GZ, mate. Well done. Alright, people will say, oh yeah, no, it does matter because 0 defense means you don't need accuracy. If you are geared in the same gear, one of you has a strength amulet, one of you has a power amulet, you will kill things at the exact same fucking rate. It'll be RNG whether you're first or second. It doesn't matter. The numbers might look better on paper, but on tarmac, you're doing the same shit. I can guarantee you that. With the Berserker ring, I personally believe the Berserker ring is a C tier ring. Because I'm not convinced it has much place in this game. Currently, before Desert Treasure 2, I'm not convinced it has much to do in this game behind using the Scythe at Theatre of Blood. And using it as a switch for specs, especially with the Void Waker in places like the Nightmare. Otherwise, I don't think ring switches are entirely worth our time at the moment until we get upgraded rings through Desert Treasure, because the Light Bearer is so strong. So I think, in the meantime, Berserker ring remains C tier, because it's losing its value more and more, just in turn, not in terms of GP, just in terms of utility. You're updating the jewelry list now? Okay, well, if you get updated in time and on, we'll just port this over and do the new tier list. Why not? That's awesome. Thank you so much. What is this? A regen bracelet? Pretty A tier jewelry, because you could stack this with the prayer when you're doing agility, when you're doing thieving. Oh, you can't with thieving now, can you? Because of the rogue outfit. Yeah, no, that's B tier now. Used to be able to do it with thieving, but the rogue outfit kind of defeats the purpose. Unless you're doing pyramid plunder, I do like to use it there. And agility, and I guess if you're AFKing a few things as well, it's not a bad shout. In terms of combat, the regen bracelet is really nice, and it is really strong still as well. There are requirements behind it, which means pures can't use it, which is nice because fuck pures. Regen bracelet is pretty useful to just have when you're chilling. Wintertodd's okay, no, that's pretty good. Yeah, Wintertodd's not a bad shout. I think that's what I was doing on the game. I was using it at Wintertodd. Then we got Tormented Bracelet. Tormented Bracelet is also gonna be B tier. Now, I know it's best in slot for mage, and it's really powerful. It adds magic damage. That's great. I know it looks really good, and with the shadow, it's amazing because it's plus 15%. But outside of having a shadow, which most players don't have a shadow, in my opinion, the Amulet of Torture is completely... It's underwhelming, should I say. Not useless. It's underwhelming unless you have an occult amulet as well. If you don't have the occult necklace, is it Amulet of Occult necklace? Whatever it's called. If you don't have this, the Tormented Bracelet is pretty lackluster and is not really worth making on an Ironman until you have the occult at least. I think that's a pretty fair opinion to make. The only time it really doesn't matter as much is when you have a shadow, if you get an early shadow, but I would rather be wearing Barrow's gloves until I get the occult amulet. I just think it'd be more worth your time. Because the money's not worth it. It's like 7 mil. If you do the updated jewelry thing, could you do it with the trimmed ammies in terms of looks? No, I can't. Whatever a non makes is whatever we get. And trimmed amulets means that we've got to spend more time doing shit so you think it looks pretty. And I don't really want to do that. Next up, we have the occult amulet. Which I think is... I think... Could we make it A tier? It's either B or A tier. I think we might make it A tier. The occult. I think it's good in A tier. I'll never forget when I was watching Kriskies doing solo Tob and solo hard mode Tob, and he was dropping occults after soak rune because he didn't need them anymore. Like he was that well off financially. That dropping, I think this is when they were like 600k. He was just dropping them there so he can get an extra brew to be able to do solo Tob. This is a bit of a meme to watch. I think these provide a lot of value. I just think they can be overrated sometimes by players. Is there a glory going to be on this? Yeah, there is no glory on here, eh? We can add a glory, that's fine. I think the occult amulet is overrated in certain aspects, but it's also it's a 10% magic damage buff, which is really big. And complements the tormented bracelet very well. It's dirt cheap, it's getting cheaper every day. It is annoying to farm for Ironman, which is why it's definitely not S tier, because it's very high up there, and it is then reasonably rare to get once you get 93 Slayer. And it's literally, if a necklace, if a piece of jewelry is strictly just for one combat style, I think it's hard to make the argument that it is an S tier piece of jewelry in general, because I think confident tri-breeding is the better way to use a lot of jewelry just in terms of casually playing. If you're not going hardcore, which a lot of players play this game casually, they don't really need to worry about too many switches unless they want to, but you can comfortably play the game without that. Then you got a Berserker necklace here. I'm not sure why the hell you would ever use this. Berserker necklace. Because if I'm correct, it's terrible. Oh my god, that's disgusting. It's negative 10 in all attack stats. Melee attack stats. It's negative 20 in all defensive stats, and it's plus 7 strength with plus 3 prayer. When worn, it increases the amount of damage the wearer does when wielding an obsidian melee weapon by 20%. However, in exchange, it lowers the melee's attack accuracy and player's defense against all combat styles. So, from my understanding, you don't need, you just use it with a weapon and you get big damage, right? But you lose 10 accuracy, which can be considerable, but a defender will replace that. But using a Fury, that seems like it's kind of useless. It's highest DPS until Dark with 90 plus HP. It's good for maxing combat stats. It's good for AFKing in Nightmare Zone. Is that really an argument we're trying to make to justify this fucking item? Is it used outside of Nightmare Zone at all? Nightmare Zone is one of the worst minigames in this game. Obi Mauler's used it too, yeah? Wouldn't have a clue. Obi Mauler's inaccurate enough. Nightmare Zone's the only thing it's used for. That's not very good, is it? If it's used only in Nightmare Zone, because what I'm reading here is kind of shit. It does stack with Slayer Helmet apparently, but it sounds like you're just making yourself squishy for no reason. F tier? I think an argument can be made for it to be E tier. PvP item, you can use also use regen at level 3, by the way. You can use regen at level 3. I thought you needed some defense stats for that. I could have sworn it. Oh, maybe not. Okay, my apologies. Better than Combat Bracelet Mythical Gloves. It's best in slot 1 defense. Oh, okay, I thought you needed 50 defense to wear it. Okay, that's pretty good then. Thank you for that, Nate. Pures would use the Berserker over a Fury, you reckon? Because you're not even, unless you're using an Obsidian weapon, it's not worth using, right? So you'd have to be using an Obby weapon for it to be worth it. Otherwise, you're not going to do it, right? That's what I'm getting from this Berserker necklace. So just so we're all on the same page, so I don't get criticized later once the video is uploaded. The bonus stacks with the bonus provided from the Obsidian armor set, which you can't, like, once you've got that defense level, you wouldn't be worrying about that anyway. But if you use an Obby weapon, okay. I think it can sit in E tier then, because that sounds very niche, very unique, and the only time I personally enjoy Pure is in LMS, because there's no fucking way I'm spending time making it Pure. I thought about it once, but I thought about it very recently with the Woody Boss bots, but otherwise I don't have the patience to make it Pure. It's hard enough doing an Ironman, to be honest. What tier is the cock ring? The same tier as your humor, F. Alright, magic amulet. In my opinion, crap. Gonna make it E tier. Because, yeah. It's a shit necklace. I know it's got good magic accuracy, but I don't really care. I think it's crap. It's not like, you just use a power, use a glory, use a fury. You'll be fine. Same with the defense necklace. This is garbage. This is also crap. It's an E tier. It's an E tier because the reason these are both Mage Ami Overseers, well, they're in 2 different slots. But the reason the Mage Ami and the Defense Ami are in E rather than F is because when you're a free-to-play player, when you were younger, you wore them because they were cool. You're like, hell yeah, I'm going maging. I'm wearing a magic amulet. I'm wearing the defense amulet today because I'm, you know, an innocent 7-year-old with no fucking brain killing goblins. So for that nostalgic reason only, we give them E tier. No one, when they were younger, was thinking Sears Ring is good. We didn't, like, it's only idiot adults today that think the Sears Ring is good. So that sits in F tier, for sure. You can't blame innocent child-minded behavior for stupidity with these necklaces. What the hell is this? Does anyone know what this is? Is it a binding necklace? I have never seen this in my life. Put that aside till I figure that out. I'll get one of you guys to answer that. Amulet of Accuracy. I believe is Amulet of Accuracy. From the Imp Catcher quest. That is some utter garbage. It's +4 on all offensive stats, that's it. You know, I thought when I was younger the Amulet of Accuracy was ranged. And it was just purely ranged and that was it. And now I learned it was everything. So in my mind, it was like, wow, that's actually better than I thought it was. Still shit. Still terrible and dead on release. It's +4 in every attack style. I don't think maybe I used it on the Gim, but I can't imagine ever using that amulet. Mostly because I haven't even done the quest yet because I'm still trying to get the quest. It's locked behind a quest that is purely RNG if you're an Iron Man. Button necklace is for combination rune crafting. I know that. I know today it's not purely range. Yeah, it's not. It's +4 on everything. I thought it was purely range, like range accuracy. But it's everything accuracy. And it's locked behind an RNG quest. Third Age Amulet. Really? Is that what it is? Third Age Amulet. It is too. What is this Third Age Amulet? Third Age Amulet gives you 15 mage and... Look at this. Third Age Amulet is 15 magic accuracy and 10 magic defense. It's more than the occult. In terms of accuracy and defense. Well, goddamn. It doesn't have a defense bonus, of course, but that's pretty cool. I never knew that. And it's 16 mil. That's what, the second cheapest, third cheapest, a third age item you can buy? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I learned that today. Well, that's in D tier, because that's fucking useless. Why the hell would you buy that? Moving on, Archer's Ring. Everyone's favorite ring. Fun fact about the Archer's Ring. You actually don't need it. Ever. And until the Desert Treasure rings come out, it's going to continue to be that way. People will use it for Inferno. Where else do they use it? That's mostly it. And people using it in the Inferno are dickheads. F tier ring. It's shit. It is 4 mil, 5 mil, or some shit for range accuracy. Range is the most accurate attack style in the game. A Bofa is the most accurate range weapon in the game. It's 4 mil. Bofa with Crystal is incredibly accurate. The T-Bow can noodle, but it doesn't add any damage. The T-Bow is as accurate as it needs to be already. Why are you wearing an Archer's Ring when you can wear a Ring of the Gods? Safe spotting shit, it's all about it's good for. Even then, no. Because Ring of the Gods would be better, right? If you're going to safe spot and you want to use magical accuracy, your range accuracy prayer, you were going to use Rigor, you're going to use Eagle Eye, may as well take the Ring of the Gods and get extra value out of your prayer. Why would you take it? Ring of the Gods is the same price as Archer's Ring right now. The cheaper Ring of the Gods gets, the more useless this ring gets. the argument for it being useless gets stronger. Absolutely. I use the Amulet of Accuracy because it's best in slot on my iron right now at 35 combat. Embarrassing. I wouldn't admit that in public, ever. Next, we have the Amulet of Fury. This is going to include Blood Amulet as well, Blood Fury. Because I included recalls on the Suffering and I included Imbues, on everything that could be imbued. So Fury/Blood Fury is S tier. Now, the Blood Fury is expensive. It's getting cheaper, but it is expensive to run. But using Range and Mage with the Fury attached, with the Blood Fury attached, doesn't consume charges, which is awesome because obviously it's not working anyway. Would it be ranked? What would it? It'd be S tier with and without the blood, in my opinion. I think the Fury is S tier. I think it's the best neck piece in the game because it is excellent for tri-breeding. It has tank, it has strength, it has accuracy, it has prayer. It's the same offensive stats as the Glory, with a good amount of tank behind it. And I stand by the argument that if you're going for an Inferno cape, your first Inferno cape, not a speed run, your first cape, you absolutely get better value in the Inferno with the Fury over the Occult and Anguish switch. There's no argument to counter that because you're wrong. I also think that if you don't want to tri-breed, or if you can't tri-breed, if you're slow with your switches, if you are learning inconsistent, or you don't have the money for Zenites, you can do every piece of content you want in the game with a Fury. No problem at all. You can do everything you need. The Fury does everything you need when it's there. Blood Fury makes it even better. I take the Blood Fury into the Inferno and range, and people go, you know, Blood Fury doesn't heal you when you range. I know, but it's still a Fury. I think Fury is the best neck piece in the game. And if you're ever unsure on what to wear a Fury. You can't go wrong. Then we have the Amulet of Torture, which by default cannot be S tier because you can't. I don't believe you can make something S tier that is dedicated to one attack style because it has flaws. Now, obviously, those out there that can do switches with their necks and confidently, that's great. Good for you. Not everyone can, and not everyone wants to, even if they can. And there are drawbacks. There's not really any drawbacks to the Fury, for example, as there is to the Torture by being limited to melee attack style. As soon as you have the switch, you got to bring another piece of equipment. And I think for that argument alone, you can't possibly make it S tier. And I think A tier is acceptable because I do like the Torture. I do think it looks good. I think the ornament kit looks great. I think the Torture is very good. But I don't think it can... I think it is better than the Anguish. I think it provides more value than the Anguish. I think it is nicer than the Anguish. And I think melee definitely could use the strength and range buff. So the strength and accuracy buff more than range can. Which is why I think Torture provides more value than the Anguish does. Ring of Life S tier, especially Hardcore Man? No. Ring of Life is not on the menu here. But we will put an Amulet of Glory on here because that's a very notable neck piece. Which we will include, obviously, the Glory when it has teleports. Because I think that's important to remember. That that is value and that is something that comes with the Glory. And I think the Glory is also A tier. Because it's a very crucial neck piece. I don't think it's that important for Iron Man early game. I know a lot of content creators will rush Hunter to get to Dragon Implants to get the Glories as soon as they can. What do you mean Anguish? What do you want? Anguish? Anguish. How would you pronounce it? Neil? Okay, remember your parents did call you Neil before we continue this conversation. You start criticizing people. Okay. I don't think the Glory is that important. But I think it is very good. It has very good teleports, and I understand why people want to rush it. I just don't think it is necessary. Lummy Diary Ring. It's not on here, mate. I really think the Glory is a long-term neck piece that you have. You will always use a Glory. The Glory offers the mining bonus for the gems, which is just always good. It's really easy to charge because you don't have to go to Fountain of Rune. You can just go to the Heroes Guild or the Mist Guild. What are you saying rip for? What happened? Did the stream fucking die? Fucking hope not. And I think the Glory does... I think the Glory offers great value for what it is. It's like 10k. Oh, rip Neil. Okay, yeah, of course. And I believe if that is all we've got for now, that is the tier list. We can add a Lumbridge ring if you want. We can add a few other rings because I know a few things aren't on the list that we want on there. But just remember as well, guys, that there will be another one of these tier lists in the future that we will do with an updated version from TOA, which is why I don't really want to add things like the light bearer right now, just so, I mean, we know where the light bearer is going to be anyway, let's be honest. But you're almost done? Okay, Non, if you're almost done, then we can hold off for a second. I'm just going to add a few things here, like the Explorer's Ring. I don't even know what the Explorer's Ring does. It's a +1 prayer bonus. Why did you want it on here? Who said this? Lumbridge Diary Ring? It's a +1 prayer bonus at level 4. Has a teleport to a farming patch. And you have 30 low alchemy casts a day. Recharge Stam. How often do you use the recharge Stam? Oh no, it's 30 high outcast, sorry. 3 times recharge run energy. I don't think I've ever done... I don't think I've really ever used the Stam. It does high, it does, but it only does 30. I don't think 30 is enough. Every time people go, oh no, you got take the Lumbridge Ring with you when you go do Dust Devil so you can out. Do you not realize how many drops you get from Dust Devils and Nechril? 30 alks, in my opinion, is not enough. It's not great for bursting next Martin. It runs out halfway through a task. It's just a pain in the ass. You may as well bank and come back. I think this is shit. I think it could be better. I think 30 alks is not enough. And I think Jagex should invest time in doing master achievement diaries, which can then let us buff these to level 5 gear. And I think we should get at least 60 alks, even more than that. To be honest, you should be able to charge it. You can charge it by waiting 24 hours. I think this is a pretty C tier ring, to be honest. I don't use it unless I'm farm running. In my opinion, for what I do, it is crap. The stamina thing, by the time you've done Lumbridge Elite, you should have staminas. I don't think it's that big of a problem. It is clutch at DKs if you're blood barraging. But what are you picking up from DKs that's worth alking? And you have to be de-aggro the enemies too. I think... Do you have to de-aggro enemies? That sucks. Where's the baddie ring? The baddie ring, what's that? I think the Lumbridge Ring is pretty underwhelming. It's not good for next, in my opinion. Absolutely not. I don't think so. What's up, Cause? How are you, man? Do you have any other rings you want on here right now? How is the B ring C tier? It's lucky it's C tier. Honestly, I kind of wanted to make it D tier, but I think C tier is okay. It should be D tier. It's on its way to D tier at least. Ring of Life should be in there. Ring of Life can be on here. I wasn't going to because it doesn't really provide combat stats, but it does get used in combat. I think Ring of Life being here. Reminder, guys, I didn't make this tier list, so don't harass me for not having everything there. It's totally fine. We're going to be updating them in the future. Do not stress. I think Ring of Life is C tier. With great reason, of course. Haxer told me it's very common for hardcore Ironman. Yeah, of course. I know. I think Ring of Life is C tier because it's annoying. Okay? The Ring of Life, yes, it can save your life. Not always. If you get one shot, it's useless. If you get one shot above 9 health or whatever, doesn't matter. It's out of the game. Once you get to the end game and you start getting things like a Suffering, Ring of the Gods, you don't really want to take the Ring of Life, do you? Because what's the point of taking the Ring of Life? I don't think it can teleport you out of TOB. It can do TOA, it can't do TOB. You don't need it in Cox, it doesn't matter. Excuse me. Oh, Gims, actually, hardcore group Ironman, it won't work in Cox. It won't work past level 20 Wilderness. I think that's fair because I think it's Dragonstone to get level 30. I think this ring is very... You rely on it until you don't need it, and then when you don't need it, you need it. But the Suffering's a better ring to wear, which means you don't want to wear the Ring of Life, and then you die where a Ring of Life could have saved you. And it's just back and forth questioning, do I just wear the Ring of Life? No, because I want to do Zora and not die. So I may as well take a Ring of Recall or a Ring of Suffering, and then the Ring of Life could have saved you, but instead you die. It's good for slow in case of DC, but once you've got a Suffering, why would you take the Ring of Life? You're beyond that part of content. You've got 99 defense, you've got 99 health. you shouldn't need to worry about Ring of Life. You shouldn't be playing... You can, but you really shouldn't play RuneScape, or especially as a hardcore, just in case I DC everywhere I go. That's like driving, that's like driving a car and like a moron. By that I mean under the speed limit, holding up traffic, just in case you get in an accident. I don't want to be doing 80 k's an hour because it will kill someone, so let's do 40. There's no point. Just drive and don't hit a tree. I feel like the Ring of Life is just a Kobe mech hardcore use. I think it is acceptable until you get to... You could argue until you get to Berserker Ring territory at least. In my opinion. I'd put a Sears Ring way up. While it's not as good as Brim, you can still use it to freeze and log which major part of the wildy. Yeah, you could, but that would be a terrible opinion to have. So that's okay. Sears Ring goes F tier because it's shit. And overrated in my opinion until Desert Treasure 2 comes out. But I appreciate your input. Thank you, ZBA. I don't think it is worth it out there at all. What else have we got here for jewelry? Ring of Recall can go on here. It's worth noting I don't open these tier lists until I pretty much do the stream, so I didn't notice the glory was missing and things like that until we got to the tier list. Ring of Recoil is C tier because unless it's in the Suffering, it's crap. You use it at Zora, and it is annoying at Zora. No Lightbearer? No Lightbearer? Yeah, Lightbearer is coming. Because we were going to do another tier list and wait for that to be made and do after next. This is all pre-next rings, but I'm treating it like it is post-next. But Anon's making the other tier list up now, so we're just going to wait for him to finish that and see what other jewelry he's added. I'm just adding a few little ones in the meantime. Ring of Recall is crap. Because without the plugin, I forget about the Ring of Recall. You go to Zora, and it's not enough charges, you're fucked. I think until it enters the Suffering, the Ring of Recall is more of a liability than it is functionally good. And that scares me when it comes to Zora, because I need to make sure I remember that. Let me tell you about the Slayer Ring, okay? This includes the Eternal Slayer Ring. Assume Eternal Slayer Ring, okay, with this one. You're gonna love this. Let me just confirm the stats are all 0. Yeah. Alright, Slayer Ring. Everyone's favorite Slayer Ring. This ring is E tier immediately shit, including the Eternal Ring, because you don't need it. Okay, there you go. Why would you have a Slayer Ring? What for? Slayer Ring shit. The teleports are so nice though, are they? Where are the teleports? What are the teleports of the Slayer Ring? Here we go. This would be a good argument. Neve, right next to the Grand Tree teleport, Spirit Tree, which is, by the way, the shittest Slaymaster to use. Outside of Canifis Slayer Tower, in the first floor of the Slayer Tower Canifis, which is right next to a Fairy Ring. Feminic Slayer Dungeon, right next to a Fairy Ring. Tarn's Lair, why the hell would you go there? Dark Beasts, where no one wants to kill them anyway, because you go to Prif Dungeon and kill Dark Beasts. These teleports are all shit. They're useless teleports, which are counted by Fairy Rings right next to them. Oh my god, oh Jesus, okay, hold on. Recall, done. Ring of Dueling. Alright, we're gonna speedrun this. Dueling Ring is a S tier ring. You wanna know why? Because you guys are like, oh, teleport something. No, Ring of Dueling is S tier. You wear it, they're free to make. They're easy to make. Emeralds are everywhere. Low crafting level, enchanted, low magic level. You get the Ferox Enclave teleport. That means, excuse me, that means you get instant teleports to the pool, unlimited run energy, early game. Excellent ring. Ring of Forging is F tier. Use superheat item if you need iron ore. Ring of Life, we've done that. Ring of Wealth, this includes the enchanted version of Ring of Wealth. What that means is D tier. Excuse me. It has one good teleport, well 2 technically, but Grand Exchange teleport is useless once you do Varrock medium. And the coin mechanism for the Ring of Wealth is a shit excuse to put it on your fingers. Ring of Stone or whatever it is. Shit. Already done, already done, already done, already done, already done. The hell did I just delete? I don't know. These pieces of jewelry have already been done. What the hell is this? What's a diamond bracelet do, guys? Fill me in while I delete some other shit we've already done. What the hell is... Oh my god, there's a lot of jewelry here. Okay, alright. What is a diamond bracelet? What does that do? We've already done these, that. Done. Don't get skulled in the abyss. Don't get skulled in the abyss. That sounds completely useless. Why would you need that? Why would that matter? That's crap. E tier. F tier. Actually, that sounds completely useless. No. D tier. Okay, D tier because good alch value. So if you have excessive diamonds, you can, you know, high alch with them. Pretty good when doing clues. I disagree completely. You can get rid of skulls if you need to. I think D tier because high alch value is really good. Occult, shit, already done. Done, and done. This has been done. That was done. All these boys have been done, which is good. All right, what do we got here? Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, we're going to have some serious debates here. The Ring of Egg, back from the, I believe, I want to say 2004 Easter event, turns you into an egg. In my opinion, an amazing piece of content. Absolutely hilarious. B tier. Okay, I have some fucking nostalgia. OSRS Easter ring. Some nostalgia with that ring. Turning yourself into an egg. Excellent. 2006. I got my years wrong. My apologies. But you turn yourself into an egg and you just sit there. I remember getting it as a child. Got my dick hard. Yes, that happened. Not even kidding. It was fun. Very fun to be an egg. I am egg. B tier. Next up. What the hell is green? What's the jade one? That's Bracelet of Cancer? I don't know what that one is. This one is Expeditious Bracelets, which speeds up Slayer task. Excellent piece of content for dogshit tasks. I like to wear that, but you also want to make sure you kind of flick it on and off if you want to take advantage of things like the Tormented Bracelet, or if you want to use your Barrow's Glove still when you're doing specific Slayer tasks. Sometimes I use it when I'm doing the Hydra. I ain't gonna lie to you. Observe Expeditious, I thought that was the Topaz one. Bracelet of Slaughter. Is this Bracelet of Slaughter, is it? What the hell's the Topaz one then? Are you sure? Flame Tar Bracelet. Oh, okay. Bracelet of Slaughter is also B tier. And the combat task, combat achievement task, making it so you can extend these, it's just a nice little gimmick that goes with those bracelets. Both B tier. Excellent to use if you need to. Flame Tar, what does this do? Opposite is Topaz. Yeah. This one's Jade is Flame Tar. Sorry, my bad. So put this one here. My apologies. I read your comment wrong. What is Flame Tar? That makes your silver weapons do full damage to vampires. Am I correct? If I remember correctly, that makes any weapon act like silver weapons, right? That way, when you do things like the temple trekking, you can use a whip, and wearing this, you do full damage, so you don't need to wear your flail or a silver sickle to damage the Juvenite vampires, whatever. And I believe it is completely useless. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's useless. Because it doesn't work on the bosses in the quests, which... Why? That doesn't make any sense. What is this? This is a sapphire bracelet, and I have no idea what it does. It's D tier, because I know that in terms of sapphires, it's good alch value. No, actually, it's F tier. Unless it's good. Bracelet of Clay? Yeah, it's F tier. 100%. F tier because you can just get clay packs from anywhere for free, essentially. Well, Stardust and gold nuggets, and also Priff, you can mine wet clay. And because Ring of Recalls and Games Necklaces are so useful, I know, but it's C tier. In your suffering, it's S tier. You wouldn't ever make sapphire bracelets for money. It wouldn't be worth it. Best of Software Temple Trekking, locked Ultimate Iron Man. Ultimate Iron Man means F tier, okay? What the Castle Wars bracelet? Okay, the Emerald bracelet is D tier. The Castle Wars feature is absolutely useless, but if you have excessive emeralds, it's great money to alch. It's a profit, especially on an Iron Man with your nature runes for alching, so you run around doing agility, rooftops, and you alch emerald bracelets. Great crafting XP, great money. And then we've got the ruby one here. I don't know what the ruby one is. Ruby bracelet is... What's this? Is this like keyhole surgery in your scrotum or something? I don't know what that means. But I don't know what the ruby one is. But as far as I'm concerned, it's D tier unless it has a good use. Because again, it's rubies that you can alch once you've got enough dig site pendants. You don't need to use rubies on anything else. Make the bracelets, alch them, good money. Unless you can tell me why the special is any good. I don't think it is. What the hell are these rings? I don't know enough about jewelry, hey, in this game. This is insane. You get 2 times off clay at Priff if wearing the bracelet of clay. Okay, well, my argument stands. You can buy packs of clay for almost nothing and not waste your time mining clay. So it stays in F tier where it belongs. I don't know what these rings are. If I can get some information on those rings rather than Googling it, we can move on to the Burning Amulet. Excellent high-level wilderness teleport, A tier. Now, it doesn't provide any stats, but it has 3 various teleports to 3 various locations, which are a bit cunty to get to unless you use an obelisk. So I like the Burning Amulet. It's very useful. I use it a lot of the time. It's very handy to teleport with. Ruby is for Ruby Bolts, to be fair, so F tier on Ruby Bracelet. Oh, Ruby is Ruby for Ruby Boots, to be fair. Excuse me. What's up, Instella? How you doing, man? A Topaz ring is F trace 8 for killing vampires. Wait, then what the hell's the flame tar thing? So this one's for the vampires. What the hell's flame tar mean then? Okay, what I said about the vampire thing is the ring. My bad. That's the crap ring. I'm gonna have to Google this. Okay, jade bracelet. No, not a real one. Please don't do that to me. Jade bracelet is a flame tar bracelet, which does Shades of Morton, of course. So it's for the temple. It'll become substantially more effective. So basically, it's fucking useless. All right, moving on. We have the jade ring. Jade _ ring, which gives us the ring of returning. All right, what is this? Oh, it's got teleports? Oh, shit. Huh? It has 5 charges before degrading to dust. This shit's got teleports. Look at this. Ring of returning, 5 charges to Lumbridge, Camelot, Falador, all the spawn points. Do I need anything to be able to do that? Dude, that is insane. I could just... it's too late now. I've pretty much got the mage level, but that's free current teleports. Damn, that's a pretty... Look. That's pretty good. It's not bad. What was that, jade ring? We're going to give that one a little bit of love. That is a good ring. I wish I knew that earlier. That's definitely going to get a B tier rating from me. That is nice early game. Absolutely. The Edgewell one is the best one. Yeah, it's not a bad Edgewell teleport, eh? I might make some. That is excellent. Next we got Opal Ring, which is the ring of... Oh, hold on. I went Jade Opal. We want Opal Ring. Ring of Pursuit, which, when equipped, there's a 25% chance to reveal the entire track of hunter creatures. That is S tier, until you read the next bit in brackets, excluding herbivores. Well, then that becomes F tier. If it did it for Herbie, it would be S tier immediately. Terrible ring, never make it. Absolutely shit. Okay? That's terrible. What the fuck is this? I don't know what that is. One of you guys have to tell me that. There's a drunken dwarf somewhere. Go away. One of you will have to tell me what the hell that necklace is at the top there, and then we can judge that one accordingly. Next up, we have the Jade Amulet, which is the Amulet of Chemistry, which for those who don't know, gives you a, I want to say 25% chance. I'll get the exact number for you. Amulet of Chemistry gives you a 5% chance when making a potion to make it a 4%, sorry, a 4-dose potion instead of a 3-dose potion. S tier? Incorrect. Not S tier, because it's only 5%. And they are annoying because you forget them sometimes, and they're not very good XP. They are B tier, okay? Because you also don't want it, you only want to use it on specific potions, which is mostly Prayer Pods, Sarah Brews, Super Energies, and Super Restores. Otherwise, it's not really worth using. Maybe Range Potion as well. You reckon it's S tier? No way. No, it's only 5%. It's not useful. No, it is useful. It's great. It can save you a lot of money. It can save you a lot of money. But I think 5% is shit. 1 in every 20 potions, you're getting an extra dose. That's cool. It's about 100 potions before you use 5 charges. I think B tier is fair. Absolutely. Because sometimes you forget it. And the default setting, sometimes you don't notice it's off until it's too late, but that only happens once. Use mine on energy potions, more run. Super energy, yes, not normal energy. I think it's a waste of time using on normal energy potions. Thought was generous 5%. I think 5% is good, because if it's any more than 5%, it'd be pretty broken. But because it's 5%, it's shit beyond various potions. Because it's not that good. It's great when it happens. I love it when I do a prayer post and I get an extra dose. But I was also disappointed when I made 350 prayer potions and I got like 20 pots that were 1 extra dose. I was like, oh, okay. Would have been cooler if it was more. I spend more time trying to egg it on to do something useful than I do actually getting something useful out of it. Get a notification when it breaks so it stops you making potions. Yeah, you have to set that though. What did you say? Amulet of Nature. Amulet of Nature, what is that? And how the hell do you make that? Amulet of Nature is used to help monitor the state of a farming patch. Well, it can be bound to 1 patch at a time. What is this? Amulet of Nature can be crafted a string of emerald amulet and a magic string. Oh. Okay. So basically you wear this and it tells you if something is dying. Okay, well that's immediately F tier and garbage. Put that in the bin. 1, you have Ultra Compost, grow up and use it. And 2, you also have a Runelight plugin that, well, it doesn't tell you because it's not directly linked to the server yet. But Ultra Compost, absolutely shit. Just a plugin Runelight existed. It's a plug. The Runelight plugin won't tell you something is dead unless you've been in the vicinity though, so it knows something's dying. You missed why Archer Ring is F tier. Just understand it's an F tier. It needs to be there. This is the Amulet of Bounty. Now, for those who don't know, the Amulet of Bounty has a... Let me get the number right so I don't ruin it. The Amulet of Bounty has a 25% chance to only use 1 seed when planting in allotment patches. This gets my dick hard, okay? I like this amulet because it's only for allotment, but when you're planting watermelons and snake grass seeds, you take 6 of you and you plant it and it only uses 1 seed in both patches, you come out with 4 seeds. It is massive for Ironman. And it's a 25% chance of 10 charges. Very easy to make, very easy to maintain. This is easy an A tier amulet. You should be using this anytime you do allotments. It's really good on saving seeds and it's really consistent as well. A 1 in 4 chance is massive. Explains why I've never seen that. But never seen what? The Amulet of Bounty. It's an Iron Man thing, but you should use it. Absolutely, especially if you're an Iron Man. Next we have the Holy Symbol. It's +8, I think. +8 prayer. I think because it's a Sarah item, we can make it C tier. Because it can be used as a throwaway for Sarah God Wars. It's got a prayer bonus, which is handy. And I think you need it for some sort of quest. But I wouldn't make one. I would never pick one up. And it's kind of... That's it. I would do the same for the Unholy Symbol. Because of the Zamorak argument. But... Actually, no. This can be F tier. E tier, sorry. Because you can use it for the Zamorak argument. However... The reason you don't need to use it for the Zamorak argument like you do with the Holy Symbol is because you should already have a Zamorak Mage Cape because Zamorak is the best god to go with. And if you choose Sarah, you're cringe. And if you choose Guthix, well, Guthix is a fence sitter. So we don't support anything but Zamorak because Zamorak best god. It's that simple. So you're less likely to ever need this amulet. Halitopolka with this? Yeah, no. Because you just get the Halitopolka necklace, Holy Symbol necklace, that's it. Bone Crusher necklace, you're going to love this one. This is going to upset a lot of people. In my opinion, Bone Crusher necklace, which is the Dragon Bone necklace with the Bone Crusher attached to it and the Hydra Tail, in my opinion, is S tier. I think it is amazing. It's what? +12 prayer. It's got Amulet of Glory stats. It's got the Bone Crusher effect in it. And I think it is very good in the Inferno. Hot take, I think if you're going to go to the Inferno for your first cape, I would rather tell someone to take this over an Occult and Anguish switch. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's +12 prayer bonus. It is incredible. You have all the prayer you need with that. It's great for AFKing. It is perfect for Dust Devils. If you're bursting Dust Devils, oh no, yeah, Occult, no. Take this Dust Devils You will never, Dust Devils, you will never use the prayer potion on the entire task. Worms, this amulet with worms and Bofa full crystal, you can do 150 worms with this and the Ring of Gods and never sip a prayer potion for the entire task. I shit you not. It is excellent. Why is the Ring of Wealth imbued in E tier? It's not. The Ring of Wealth imbued is D tier. This ring is the Slayer ring. My girl on top is a Bone Crusher. Huge, dude. It doesn't work in Catacombs. It does work in Catacombs. What are you talking about? Are you on drugs? It absolutely does work in the Catacombs. Why would it not? Anything bone related works in Catacombs. It's got nothing to do with the necklace. If a bone gets... The Prayer Restore does not? Yes, it does. The Prayer Restore works in the Catacombs. It works with a Bone Crusher. It works with the Bone Crusher necklace. Trust me, I use it almost exclusively. It is in the Catacombs. That's why it's the best in Catacombs. Absolutely. We have a second Amulet Bounty, so that's going in the bin. Your tier list saying Fury was better than the Cold Anguish Switch and Inferno was 100% correct. Of course it was. Made it to 58 last night and didn't notice any DPS change. You will never notice the DPS change. I guarantee it. It's not multiplicative though? What do you mean? Multiplicative to what? It does not. Catacombs has their own effect. Does not stack with Catacombs Prayer Restore effect. No, but you still get prayer back. I never said that it stacks with the Catacombs. I know they don't stack. But the bones get buried and crushed and you get it back, right? I never said it stacks. You get prayer restore with the necklace. I never said it stacks. You still get prayer back. I know, that's what I've been saying. I know I'm correct. That's what I said. It sounded like what you were saying was that you don't get any prayer back at all. Argument is just to take the Bone Crusher and whatever necklace. Take the Bone Crusher necklace because you get a plus 12 prayer bonus. So I get plus 12 prayer bonus. Right? Do it burn an auto? I don't know what that means. I don't think you understand. Plus 12 prayer bonus is massive. Your prayer lasts longer. If you take this to a extended Dust Devil Slayer task, you will not need a prayer sip at all. Because the prayer lasts so much longer. And then you also get the... No, wait, that's Ring of the Gods. My bad. But I guarantee you this is better than taking the Occult. Because you will not run out of prayer at all. Like, you'll sit consistently at like 60, 70 prayer the entire task. Best amulet versus cost? Probably the Fury. 100%, I guarantee you. It's got nothing to do with it. Like, I never said the bonus stacks. You get prayer back, that's the main thing. Why are you so mad? Why is who so mad? Me? I'm not mad. Did I say I was mad? Bone Crusher best amulet for 40, 50 KC Hydra trips. I think Bone Crusher amulet is like the best for Slayer. It's so good. Because the offensive stats from it is also the same as a Fury and Glory. So if you're going to take a Fury somewhere, you may as well take the Bone Crusher necklace, because if you're going to pray, why not? It's beautiful. It's also good when you're doing things like Pyramid Plunder and you want to have your prayers active for things like the recharge health thing, whatever it is. What's it called? Double restore. What's it called? Rapid heal. That's it. Good for my Slayer task. Need one? Yeah, get one. It's really good for Slayer tasks. It's an amazing amulet. It makes worm tasks and blowpipe super fast and easy. Yeah, you can do an entire Crystal Bofa worm task with this and the Ring of the Gods and not sip a single dose of prayer potion. The prayer bonus is that good. Absolutely. And if you want to get even spicier, don't worry about it. Ignore it. Pretty high requirements for it though, no? I don't fucking know. Maybe, like 70 prayer or something? Wouldn't have a clue, dude. Do I look like someone who's meant to know this stuff? Bone Crusher necklace. You need to have 70 prayer. Done. That's all you need. And then, yeah, you get plus 2 strength, plus 12 prayer, plus 10 all combats, plus 2 defense. It's a glory with a bigger prayer bonus. That's it. For Iron Man, yeah, it is. Volkov. Oh, yeah, Volkov. Yeah, that's right. Volkov and Hydra, true. I forgot about that bit. Yeah. For Iron Man, none of us say, yeah, sorry. If you're an Iron Man, it's a bit of a grind, but you'll get it. Trust me. AFK and Firewatch. And it's like, yeah, I use it. AFK and Firewatch. Yep, I do that. That's awesome. Ring of Stone. As far as I'm concerned, this ring is nothing but a meme. So it's D tier because, I mean, people use it scouting in the wilderness, which is cringe, but it's also nothing like back in the day. This is the biggest flex back in the day, just to turn yourself into a rock. Because people would be like, why and what? You can't get it as a drop anywhere, so you had to make it, which meant you had a crafting level and money for an onyx. It's good for restore prayer as Volcano too, never run out. You get bones in Volcano? Or you mean just drinking potions? I don't know what these necklaces do. So if someone can tell me what these necklaces do, that'd be great, because I have no idea what they do. But the games necklace is, I would say, a pretty A tier. Thank you. What? A pretty A tier necklace. The teleports are excellent. I think. Oh yeah, one's dodgy necklace. That's true. That's dodgy. Yep. Passage. Oh yeah, passage. What's the topaz one? Easter ring better than rock for nostalgia purposes. Yes. Okay, fair argument. You know what? Fuck it. Rock goes B tier as well, right? Leave me alone. I don't know what the topaz one is, though. Games necklace, I think, is good because it has really good teleports, but I think it could do with improvement. I think the games necklace should get rid of Corporeal Beast and add Temperos. Temperos has no initial teleport, I believe. And it's a minigame. It should go on there. I don't think Corporeal Beast really suits Games Necklace. It should have a different teleport somewhere else. In a different piece of jewelry. Maybe a combat bracelet. That sounds pretty good. I think it could be S tier if it had a Temperos teleport. Whether the Corp teleport says in there, I don't know. But if you want to make space, put it on there for sure. Necklace of Face of Topaz, and what does that do? Necklace of Faith is a it will restore the wearer's prayer points by 10% of their hit points if their hit points drop below 20%. Will restore the wearer's prayer points by 10% if the hit points drop below 20%. That's fucking terrible. It's like a reverse redemption. But where would you use that? That's way too risky. You would lose. I can't think of a place you would use that. That is F tier immediately. Only poor people would say Easter ring's better than rock. I think Easter ring is just meme. Prayer restore, yeah, no, that's terrible. Dodgy necklace, I think, is B tier. Now, I know it's great for thieving, but they're just so fucking annoying, man. You go through them quick, and then you got to make more, and then you got to go through them again, and they take up space where I could just put food instead, in my opinion. Once you get to the higher end of thieving, they do become useless unless you're doing vampires or elves. They just get annoying, in my opinion. You run out, and then that's it. They're gone. Only thing I could think of is like Therby, maybe. Maybe, but Thermy using the house method just deletes that, doesn't it? Use it with Redemption, Infinite HP and Prayer. It disintegrates once you trigger it. Then you've got, what was this? The Necklace of Passage. Pretty good teleports, pretty handy, but still handy until a certain degree. I can't remember the last time I used the Necklace of Passage. I know there's like one clue scroll near it. Other than that, like, you have a fairy ring to the wizard's tower. The one above Ardona is what people would normally use, but that's very niche. Otherwise, I can't really think of where you would want to use the Necklace of Passage. It's handy for a very small amount of time when you're playing this game. Where is the other one anyway? I don't know where the other teleport is. Outpost Telly, but that's it. That's essentially it, yeah. For quests it's useful. I will have to find it out when I use it. Medium clues? Outpost one's good if you need. Yeah, that's about it. That's the one I was talking about. But how often do you need that teleport? Next up we have the Binding Necklace. I mean, it's rune crafting for combo runes. Makes it kind of Iron Man only. There's no point doing combo rune crafting anymore for training because ZMI is so good for XP rates. Unless you're doing it in Gardens of Rift. It's really an Iron Man feature at this point. But they're going to go C tier because I hate getting Binding Necklaces as a drop from the Abyssal Sire. I fucking hate that drop. So for that reason, it goes C tier. Dead Edge Ring is fun. Troll Ring too, that's true. We have the Dig Site Pendant. I'm going to make this A tier because it's the only teleport to Fossil Island. It's a good teleport to Dig Site. It's the only teleport to Metal Dragons. and I got it in about 5 searches on my hardcore, which means I have good RNG, and therefore I am biased. Elven Signet is not on here, unfortunately. I'm sorry to disappoint you. The, what's it called? The Phoenix Necklace is used in a few niche, cheesy situations. It's very busted in the wilderness. But I don't think it's really bringing much value to the game outside of Chambers or Xeric. That's about it. So, C tier for fun. And then you have the Games Necklace, which I do use. And the fact that you can mount it in your house is really nice. Unlimited teleports. Very good teleports. Very handy necklace. We will bring up the Elven Signet. I've never used it myself, really. I've got the, it's like the Celestial ring or whatever. I've got it. Just pretend that's the entire ring. And in my opinion, it's pretty underwhelming. I'll just make another tier list called Alternate Jewellery for everything else. Yeah, why not? But we'll do the Elven Signet here. And I think it is D tier because it's really only used if you are using crystal jewelry, I believe. Sorry, crystal tools. I know it has a mining boost when it's the Celestial ring as well, but mining sucks, so it's D tier. And then you have everyone's favorite ring, my favorite ring, which is an obvious one, which is we're going to put on the list anyway, the Lightbearer, which is S tier. It is an amazing ring. Everyone was like, oh, it's going to be 2 mil by the end of the month, and oh, it's going to be a shit ring on release. This ring is amazing. This ring is so good that it proves rings are shit, because it is worth nothing. I know it's very common, but it is also so powerful, and it's worth nothing. Like, it's cheaper than the fucking Berserker ring. The Berserker ring's garbage. Beautiful ring. Love, 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 love the Lightbearer ring. Lightbearer ring is perfect. And in my opinion, guys, that is your OSRS jewelry tier list. F tier jewelry, let's have a look. Fuck off. Fuck off. F tier jewelry. Okay, anything here, using F tier jewelry, you're likely wasting your time and money. Don't own any of it. Once the Desert Treasure 2 rings come out, Archers and Seers ring might creep up a couple of tiers. But until then, anything in F tier is a waste of time, not really worth investing in, and you wouldn't really make them, ever. Like, the only reason you'd have them is because you got them as loot. E tier rings. Same situation, a little bit of nostalgia there for when I was younger with magic and defense amulets, but otherwise, pretty much useless jewelry all around. D tier, good for alching, good for a few different skills, good for flexing, and being a pure. That's about it. C tier jewelry is jewelry that you would use situationally. You don't really have a permanent use for it. It's definitely not something you carry with you everywhere on your finger. And if it was a ring, for example, or around your neck. And otherwise, it's kind of just there until you get something better. B tier, things you would own, things you would use, but things you could also live without. You don't really need any of it to succeed in the game. It's just good to have it, and they're complemented well with other setups. They're not really good at standing alone by themselves. Then you have A tier rings. A tier rings are worth the money. A tier rings are good money to grind. And A tier, sorry, jewelry. When I say rings, I mean jewelry. A tier jewelry is something that you should always have on you, and something you'll probably find yourself using almost every day if you had it. And then S tier jewelry is the best jewelry in the game. Invest in the S tier jewelry. If you're unsure on what jewelry to buy, if you need a necklace or if you need a ring slot, look at the S tier and go with that first. Buy what best suits you. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.